Guys, on the latest edition of Real Talk with Rick Glaser, well, we discuss Shakur Stevenson, William Zepeda, Canelo Alvarez, and much, much more. Guys, stay tuned for the latest edition of Real Talk with Rick Glaser.
Too can smell manly if you listen to Real Talk with Rick Glaser.
Thank you, Mr. Balboa. I appreciate it, guys. And look, we want to thank this gentleman for always making time for War Week Boxing, and it's the incomparable Rick Glaser. Rick, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Good, buddy. Incomparable compared to what? That's what I want to know.
Well, someone by the name of Brandon Walker, of course.
Oh, God. Please. Please.
Oh, geez. That's the only time we're ever going to mention that, troll. Yeah.
God. So what's happening?
Well, I tell you what, brother, we've got a lot to discuss. And in the immortal words of Jerry Reed of Smokey and the Bandit fame, we've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. So, guys, let's get right down to it.
Maybe, just maybe, it's time for Rick Glaser's Twitter watch. Bing!
Well, you stated this on July 7th, sir. And it says, boxing is a form of entertainment. Somebody, please tell that to Shakur Stevenson. I had a guy tell me the final bell in Shakur's fight woke him up. And he was sitting at ringside. Oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great fighter with no entertainment value. People want to be entertained. You don't have to be a puncher. Just throw punches. Just don't stand there. I mean, there's multiple different clips on there where he goes through 30, 40 seconds without throwing a punch. And it's just out of control. I mean, everybody can talk about how great he is. Well, it's not transcending, to people wanting to watch. Yeah, it was the highest rated show on ESPN this year, boxing show. Yeah, okay. But they were giving him a second chance after the last debacle back in November, December. And now people like my two nephews are saying, fuck that. We gave him a second chance and he still fucked it up.
Oh boy. And you know what? That's always the litmus test. Because look, let's just face it, guys. Casual and mainstream audience members are the target market in this era of boxing. Mm-hmm. It's not the diehards.
Nope.
Okay, but because that's what determines who is a big attraction in this business and who isn't. Is the interest of the casual and mainstream fans. Now, once again, Shakur stated earlier that, hey, you know what? Tank gives his fights a different, what was it? What were the words he used? A different perception because of his knockout power. Yeah. Yep. And look, he may be giving away rounds and stinking out the joint up until the knockout. But look, when he ends the fights with a knockout, a sensational one, how is the crowd when post-fight in a live arena? Rick.
They were walking out in the six between the round 6 and 7. ESPN showed people leaving in droves. They couldn't get out of there fast enough.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. And then when you compare that to Tank post fight, say Frank Martin in the arena. Yeah, everyone's crackling with excitement. There's an energy in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once again, if you don't have knockout power at 35, well, you've got to do something more to capture the imagination of the casual and mainstream fight fan. Look, I'm going to quote a friend of mine who's a casual, and he admits it. And he said, Joseph, you know what? Maybe I don't know what I'm looking at, but you know what? Forgive me for saying this, but I usually like to see more fights in my fights. And you know, that stuck with me. Now,
Yep.
when you compare it, now Shakur's trying to beat his chest about, oh, it's the highest rated show on ESPN this year, and well, I had that's a lot. I had more than 8,100 fans, but look, it's Evan Korn from Top Rank, and the commission who's giving that statistic to him. There are no lies in this. Everyone from ringside who's covering this event, they're privy to the numbers that Evan Korn of Top Rank furnishes to them. And it was indeed 8,100. Now compare that to, oh, forgive me for saying this, Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal. That had over 18,000 fans at the home of the Mighty Ducks in Anaheim, California. And look, you guys have to understand that this is indeed the entertainment industry. Now, what has to happen, Rick, for Shakur to have seemingly a change of heart?
I don't know. Right now, I look at it as an enigma. He's got all his talent. Nobody wants to watch him. But, everybody's yelling how boring he was. People fleeing the arena. People falling asleep.
Yeah. Look, and if you thought he was enigma previously, I'm going to read something that's going to even make him more of an enigma to you, Rick, because this doesn't make any sense. Now, look, this was posted by Michael Benson. He said this, and this was a care of Najee Chill, whatever the hell that means. Yeah. And he said, Shakur Stevenson has declared that Floyd Mayweather's Mayweather Promotions and Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Sports USA are both options he will consider working with now that he's a free agent, alongside his own Shakur Stevenson Promotions, which don't matter much. He said this, quote, Shakur's, I've got nothing but respect and love for Floyd. He's been talking to me a lot and helping me out. I think Eddie Hearn is one of the best promoters. Top Rank have ESPN, but promotion-wise, Eddie Hearn is a better promoter, end quote. Your thoughts on all of that Shakur said?
Well, it's very easy for a promoter to come in after the fact when the guy's already developed as a world champion. Indeed. And promote the guy. They didn't spend those formative years with the guy and develop him. And number one. Number two is, Aram's 93 years old. When he was 40 years old, he was full of piss and vinegar. He slowed down the last 3 or 4 years. Cut me a break. The guy's fucking 53 years difference between the two of them. And in the fighter's mind, a new broom sweeps clean. So that he leaves his baggage behind and he goes over to Eddie Hearn or Mayweather or whatever.
Honestly, this is a real head scratcher, Rick, because look, let's just face it. And this is something that you stated that was spot on, right? And I'm going to read this. This is one of your latest tweets, right? And this was tweeted out today. Here it is, and it's a long one, so I'm going to read this entire thing. You stated this about an hour and a half ago, and it says this: what goes unnoticed by the boxing media is the greatness of top-ranked matchmaker Brad Goodman. Brad was inducted in June into the International Boxing Hall of Fame and as a non-participant for his great matchmaking accomplishments. Brad's astute abilities at Top Rank for now 20 years has tasked Brad to develop the TR prospects into many ultimately becoming world champions, despite the fact that the ESPN boxing announcers always seem to give other TR executives the undeserved credit. Now Brad is working diligently with Abdullah Mason, a top rank signed lightweight that many believe can be the next great thing. And with Brad Goodman steering the Cleveland, Ohio native, Mason could very well become the next great thing. Let's all continue to watch the fast track development from Brad Goodman of Abdullah Mason. I know I will. End quote. Now, Rick, you're right on the money. True words were never spoken. Brad Goodman has done an amazing job under the tutelage of Bruce Trampler, and now, so when you look at the other matchmakers, I can't even tell you who the matchmaker is working for Mayweather Promotions. And Kevin Rooney Jr., although a very respected and astute gentleman, very smart guy, he doesn't have the history that Brad has or Bruce in cultivating big attractions. So why would Shakur be closing the door on Top Rank Inc. at this time?
Because he doesn't know any better.
Okay.
He's a typical fighter. He goes by what hits his hand. He doesn't realize what's going on in the back room, who's kissing who, why this is happening, and everything else. And he doesn't give other people credit. A lot of fighters are like that. He's one of them. What can you say? It's just the way they are.
Well, look, but isn't that why, though, he's hired very knowledgeable gentlemen like Andre Ward, Jay Prince? Like, what gives, Rick? What is going on?
I don't think he's listening to those guys anymore. I think he's hell bent to get the best deal for himself. I don't think he's listening. I really don't.
Oh boy.
I really don't. If he was, he'd still be at Top Rank.
That's right. Because look, $3 million minimum for his next 5 fights. He's not going to find a better deal anywhere else, especially now that Top Rank is negotiating with, well, the brain trust of Tank Davis. Now, he stands to get the winner if he re-signs with Top Rank. Why would
he might wait, he might get Tank Davis anyways if he doesn't re-sign, but that's not the point. The point is, if you put it mildly, is you don't discard the people that got you there. And that's always a big mistake. So many fighters have done that, and it's been a big mistake for most all of them.
Yeah, look, guys, the grass is always greener on the other side, and they need to stop that mentality because it's flawed. It's nonsense, guys. Now, once again, where else is he going to get 1.2 million peak during his main events? I'll wait. Now, once again, we want to thank and welcome Andrew Charles. Thank you for being a part of the show, and thank you for supporting Rick. And he says, so Rick thinks Shakur is boring, huh? Does he also think Foster got robbed?
Foster is boring, but he landed 58 more punches than the other guy, almost double. 40% more punches. So, yeah. I thought Foster got robbed. Of course I did.
Well, you're in very good company because Coach Gogi scored that fight 8-4, and he said he was being nice in favor of O'Shaquie Foster. And Coach Gogi, and you know this, he's got some of the sharpest eyes in the entire business. We want to thank Andrew Charles for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much, sir, and welcome to the program. Thank you for supporting Rick. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Guys, right now, let's say hello to our dear friends in the chat before we move forward. First in the queue, Eric Gomez. Yes, sir. And he says, Rick. Yes, sir. I'll tell you what, we want to thank Rick for
Is
spending
that
time with us this
wait? Is that
evening.
Golden Boys Eric Gomez or a different Eric
No,
Gomez?
no, no. That's a different Eric Gomez, sir.
Oh, okay.
I love Eric though, man. He's such a cool guy, and he's such an astute gentleman, and he's so humble, man. That's why he continuously gets better and better. You've got to
Yep.
stay humble in this business.
Yep.
All right. Minnie Meal, welcome to the show. Sorry, he says Slick Rick, the legendary boxing insider. Yes, sir. And he's like, Rick, is Loma tank falling apart?
I don't know if it's falling apart. I haven't heard that, but it may. Normally, when something takes too long to make, it normally does fall apart. It has a way of finding a bad road.
Well,
So,
look, what's the incentive for ESPN making this fight with Tank Davis?
pay-per-view.
That's it. They haven't had a big time mainstream event all year, and we're already in the month of July. Okay, and so they run the risk, Rick, correct me if I'm wrong, but they run the risk of their prospects running for a quote unquote greener pastures if you don't show them that gold at the end of the rainbow. Now, what has been ESPN's reluctance thus far in staging a big time event?
I don't think it's ESPN. I think it's Top Rank has had trouble getting people to fight Shakur because of his unflattering style to other fighters. In other words, where he can make the guy really look bad because of his style. So it's kept other guys from fighting him. Other viable guys. You don't hear Loma wanting to fight him.
That's right. So take us into the realm of the delve into the business of it. Now, how much do you think a Tank or an opponent to fight Tank Davis or Vasily Lomachenko, how much would they be asking for at this time? And it might surprise all of you guys. That yeah, it's a lot
how
of money
much?
now,
How much
isn't
for
it?
a guy like Loma? Probably
Either one.
Probably $6 million, and ESPN Plus gets shares the pay-per-view rights with Amazon. Probably, I would say.
Or is the reason why this is taking as long as it is PBC currently requesting that ESPN pay Tank's purse as well?
I don't know that. I haven't heard that, but that's a good possibility.
In my opinion, that's the only thing that's keeping this from being announced. Because the last I heard, this was all but done. But unless Al Heyman is forking over the coin to pay for Tank Davis's side of the street, side of the purse, that may be a problem, Big Rick.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We know they don't have any money. We know they don't have any money unless Heyman goes in his own pocket. So we'll see.
And in your estimation, how much would Tank, do you think, how much do you think he would demand to fight a gentleman like Vasily Lomachenko?
Probably a $6 million guarantee.
Yeah. And the overwhelming lion's share in terms of back end proceeds, right?
Mm-hmm. Probably 2/3.
Yeah, at least. So thank you for your question, Mini Meal. We appreciate you being here, and thank you for supporting Big Rick, man. Paulie Walnuts, I love it. I love the moniker. Shakur has one boring style. Well, to be honest with you, Rick, and I'll be honest, I actually rather enjoyed Shakur Stevenson's performance. And I thought it was head and shoulders in terms of excitement and entertainment value above his efforts against Edwin De Los Santos.
Well, that's because Dos Santos could punch and was tall and could punch down. Well, this guy is not a puncher. So, of course, he can look a little better in this fight than he did the last one. But he looked so bad in the last one, anything was an improvement. He couldn't have got worse unless he was on the deck face first.
Oh, geez, that was a mouthful, brother. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And look, so what were your criticisms of, aside from the entertainment value, what were your criticisms of Shakur Stevens' performance using your keen eye, sir?
Well, everything is post-fight antics, blaming everybody for everything. He's saying that Top Rank at ESPN paid people to walk out. I mean, nuts. I mean, just crazy shit.
Yeah, why would he do that? Like, why
I
would he
don't know.
blame anyone but
I don't.
himself
I
for
don't know
people
who he's
walking out?
listening to. I don't know who he's listening to. Yeah, but whoever it is filling his head with happy horse shit. That's how I look at it.
Oh, check out. Moving on, guys. Alberto, thank you for supporting Big Rick on this day. We love you, brother. Thank you so much. And Iceman Shakur, Boar season, I think. Chingao, man. Oh, jeez. And Alberto has a question. He says this. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this here. Hold on. Let's see if we can get this here. All right. Joe, Shakur stated that he has weak, brittle hands. Why would he expose this? Secondly, sounds like Babaluba to me. Thank you for using the Rick verbiage. He simply has
Babaluba.
no power.
Yeah. Yep.
The famous Rick verbiage. So why would he air that out? And you think that's just an excuse as to why he didn't put his foot on the gas?
I don't. The guy's such an enigma. I don't know what. He talks out of both sides of his mouth. His mouth's like an octagon. It's got like 8 sides to it, like Eddie Hearn.
Well, no wonder he's
Jesus.
interested in signing with Matchroom Sport.
Right.
But look, realistically, why would he turn down $3 million minimum per fight for the next 5
I
fights?
don't. I don't know. I really don't know. It's nuts.
So you can't even begin to make sense of the irrational, right?
Nope.
Because what are the chances of anyone else matching that kind of offer at this
Well,
time?
I mean, could Golden Boy say, "Hey, you can fight William Zepeda next on pay-per-view, and then we'll guarantee you 2 or 3 more fights after that, a win or lose, something like that." Yeah, they could because they got Zepeda. But other than that, I mean, Eddie Hearn don't have anybody from the fight.
Okay, let's shift gears to William Zepeda. Now, that is the entire opposite. That's the exact opposite of the entertainment spectrum, right? That
Right.
guy's all excitement.
Right.
And he made quick work. And you and I both talked about this. We knew that this was going to happen. In fact, I was on my brother Ryan Boxing Gems, his channel on Saturday night, and we were talking about I called it. I called the shot. I said, yeah, he's going to knock out this stiff by round 3.
Well, first of all, the kid's a jerk off. Giovanni
Giovanni Cabrera,
Cabrera,
yes, I know
but
this.
he's not a
Yeah.
stiff. He's a real fighter. He went the distance. He lost a split decision to Isaac Pitbull Cruz, and he's a legit fighter. I mean, you
He is a
remember this.
legit fighter.
Okay, but listen, Zepeda is unbelievably strong. Puts unbelievable pressure on people. Is a tremendous body puncher, and throws in huge volume and is relentless and nonstop pressure. He broke the guy down. He walked through him like an 18-wheeler would have over a pickup truck, and that's what it was. That's what it was. But the guy's not a bum by any stretch. He's a fucking jerk off. He's a jerk off as a human being. He's a jerk off as a human being. But he's not a jerk. He's a far above a journeyman fighter. He's a legit fighter. He just, he got run over. I mean, that motherfucker can really apply the heat. He's strong. Yeah, and he just stays right on top of your shit. No matter how fast you move your feet, he seems to be right there.
Yep.
Indeed. I'll tell you what's always amazed me. What's always amazed me, you see these NFL football games where the guy's supposed to be a 4-4 in the 40, but some 65-year-old referee is running down the field almost alongside the guy, step for step. How did that happen?
Oh, Chingao.
Right?
I've never thought of that, Rick, but damn you.
Right?
Well, look, one of the joys of conversing with Rick and meeting with him every week is that I don't know what comes into your brain and what enters your eyeballs, but it's something that no one else would ever see.
Well, wait, am I wrong about NFL referees?
No, and now I'm thinking about that. Damn you, Rick.
Yeah, I mean
No, you're right on the money.
they see that up right by the player when he goes in the end zone. But how did this happen? It's amazing,
Oh,
right?
there you go. I tell
Right.
you what, and that's right on the money. But look. Going back to William Zepeda, here's the reality of this, guys. What you do in the gym, you're going to do in the ring, and I can promise you that Giovanni Cabrera had never sparred or faced anyone with that kind of engine, that kind of output, that kind of intelligent offense, changing levels, throwing combinations to the body and head body. He had never seen anything like that. And as soon as William Zepeda found that range, it was all over.
Yep.
Now, wasn't it?
Yep, that's exactly what happened. He hit him with those 3 body shots in a row, and what's his name? Giovanni Cabrera looked like a dog taking a piss on a fire hydrant.
Well, look, in reality, panic set in. And no one's, and once again, boxing is the loneliest sport on the earth because no one can save you.
Nope.
So,
No.
yeah, it was all over, guys. As soon as William Zepeda found that range, it was all over, and Giovanni had no idea what to do because
None.
once again, he had never faced anything like that in the past. Andrew Charles, once again, here's the real reasoning for his super chat. He goes, nobody's beating Shakur anytime soon. It's just trendy right now to call him boring. Well, let's just get the expert's opinion on this. Rick, how does a fight between Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson play out in your mind at 35?
It's one of those fights that it would be like Shakur could be out in front 8, 9, 10 rounds and get stopped with one punch late, or a 2-piece combination late in the fight, or Tank never catches up with him and Shakur wins easy 12-round decision because he's too methodical in his punches. He doesn't get, he starts real late, and if you let Shakur get brave and set the rhythm and the pace, you're in trouble.
Well, yes, absolutely, and that's what we've seen historically. But Rick, if you can't garner Tank Davis's respect with power, as we just saw with Frank Martin, do you see it going the distance? Because I can't see Shakur Stevenson matching power even with Frank Martin at 35.
Yeah, it could very well go the distance. He's an exceptional fighter. I'm talking about Shakur. He's just very boring, but he's an exception.
Yeah.
He's got exceptional ability.
Of course.
Let's not confuse ability with excitement here.
Yep.
So it's just totally two different. They're totally
on
two
real
different
quick,
things.
Rick. Keep talking, Rick, because I need to field this real quick. Keep talking, sir.
Well, it just depends what Shakur wants to do and what Tank wants to do. If Tank wants to start out early and try to grind him down, or is what's his name? Tank let Shakur settle into a fast pace where he moves around with his feet, doesn't throw a lot of punches, and Shakur can win a decision like that.
Hey, you know, I'm not going to mention any names, but you know exactly who that was calling me back, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I'm going to call him back as soon as we're finished, my friend. Yeah. But anyway, guys, moving on. Alberto says Shakur lost his marbles on Twitter the last 2 days. He's mentally weak. All I need to see is Zepeda TKO if they ever fight. Rick, your thoughts on Alberto's prognostication?
I'm going to tell you something funny. Because the styles, Zepeda's got a better shot of beating Shakur than Tank Davis does. How's
because
that?
it's a numbers game. Well, you know what? I can see that. I can see that because look, if you're a counterpuncher by trade, and Zepeda, I mean, Shakur is brilliant at controlling range. Like he has something in the ring that you can't teach. Like he is right there alongside Andre Ward, his mentor and manager, and co-manager, and Terrence Crawford, Floyd Mayweather. He's right there in terms of being the most proficient in controlling range. But if you're a counterpuncher by trade, it becomes a very different complexion. If someone throws a ton of punches at you, when you're faced with that extreme volume, it becomes a very different game now, doesn't it, Rick?
Absolutely, 100%. You don't even think the same. You know,
And
it doesn't
why
allow
is
you to
that? You're too concerned with what's coming at you and not countering then effectively.
correct.
There it is,
Correct.
guys. There it is. So
And
Alberto,
especially Zepeda is tall, he's long armed. I mean, he's got what it takes. There's no question about it. He's a very rare fighter.
So Rick, I'm going to ask you this. So why doesn't Golden Boy Promotions then? Why don't they take advantage of this rare occurrence that
I'm
Stevenson?
not saying they're not going to, but here's the problem that you got. Okay, they got a star. A guy could be a star without fighting Shakur.
Yep.
Okay, they're not in the Shakur business. They're in the Zepeda business. Zepeda's going to be one of those kind of guys that's going to sell out arenas and do 18,000 people once he becomes world champ because he's exciting. He's Mexican. He speaks Spanish. All the right reasons, and I think he's going to be a huge attraction. And they don't need to find out if he can win or lose. They want to be very confident when he steps in the ring to win a world title. And the other thing is, if he goes and fights that Baranchek, the Baranchek, the WBO champ,
Yep.
right? He'd be a prohibitive favorite over him, right? And a Tank fight. I'm sorry, a Shakur fight. Once this guy becomes world champion, it's a unification. It's going to be worth a lot more to the fighters and the promotion. So
that's a very good point.
Right. So
that's a very good point. But though, right now, you have the opopportunity though.
He's got the
promoter.
He's got the opportunity. He's got the opportunity to fight, but he's number one in all four organizations. When was the last time you heard that happen?
Never.
So listen, I had a text the other day. All the organizations finally got something right. All four of them have him number one.
Yep.
That
is true.
So,
that is true. And that never happens. But Alberto, once again, has a great point. I agree, Rick. Shakur will soon find out in free agency that his true market value, like Haney did, he'll be lucky to clear $3 million for a fight. And that's the point.
Well,
not only except
for Eddie's ego. Eddie's got the huge, I call him Ego Eddie. And I just feel that with Eddie's ego, he'll pay more just because the show. I'm the king. I'm the biggest. I'm the baddest. That's just his mentality. When Top Rank's looking to make money, and make prudent business decisions, Eddie just throws shit against the wall. He's famous for that.
Well, look, and like Coach Gogi said earlier this week, he said, you know what? Jaron Boots Ennis, if you're going to invest a $3 million minimum for a special talent, yeah, that's a wise investment because Jaron, sky's the limit. But Shakur Stevenson, would you be willing to spend that kind of money on a Shakur Stevenson at this time?
I wouldn't spend. I wouldn't spend any money on him because I don't even want to watch him. I don't even want to watch him fight, and I got to pull up a seat at ringside if I was promoting him.
Yeah. And there it is. Want to thank you for joining us, Alberto. We appreciate
I'd
it,
be
brother.
afraid. I'd be afraid taking people's money for tickets. I'd get flogged as the promoter.
Yeah,
Man.
flogged. I love it, brother. Raphael, 32. Thank you for supporting Rick on this day. Shakur is looking for that one big payday. I don't think so. I think he believes that he is the next Floyd Mayweather. But look, in my opinion, Rick, I think Shakur, and he really put a spotlight in a lot of his shortcomings in this last. Now, he looked brilliant in spots, but it's obvious, though, that he doesn't know how to cut off the ring. He doesn't know how to be more assertive. He doesn't know how to take the lead effectively. And we saw that against a very, can we say, Vanya Smartirosian 2.0 in Artem Haratunian, a guy who is going to spoil your boxing.
Yeah. Well, listen,
Yeah.
I thought I saw enough of Hartunian when he fought Frank Martin. I said, "Oh, that's enough. We don't have to see him anymore." He lost, and these fuckers bring him right back. Oh my God!
Well, look, that was by design now, wasn't it, Rick? And you sang the praises of Brad Goodman, but look, if you announce your free agency before the fight, right? What is Top Rank going to do? Are they going to spend the kind of money to try and elevate your marquee value?
Of course not. Of course not. It's business 101. I should say boxing business 101. Yeah.
Yeah, boxing business 101. And so enter Artem Haratunian. And once again, guys, Top Rank has been doing this forever. They're enemies. And that's why he was faced with a very problematic style. And I thought, in my opinion, I thought he looked great, especially in the last half of the fight when he started being more assertive. But once again, he did put a spotlight on all of his shortcomings, which is
when he got
fighting more proficiently in the pocket.
You say he got assertive. I think everybody fell asleep. Nobody noticed.
Well, not compared to Oshaki Foster, brother, but that's going to be our next topic, my friend. Yeah. Look, guys, so Raphael says Foster got robbed. Let's talk about that, guys. Let's focus on that now. Look, in my opinion, this was a positive Oshaki Foster not retaining his title. Because look, it's not enough. If you have that safety first mentality and have that defensive style going into a major prize fight on the biggest stage of boxing, that's not enough. People want to be entertained. Rick, your thoughts on, is this a positive or a negative for boxing?
It's a negative because everybody saw that Foster won easy. He outlanded him by 58 punches. I mean, come on, ridiculous.
And there it is. Well, hey, brother, Danny Drew says this about your lovely Sonia. Oh, Rick's a lucky man. She is smoking hot. How do you like that, Rick?
And Danny, let me tell you something. She's just as nice as she is pretty. She's wonderful.
You know what?
An absolutely wonderful human being.
You know what, Rick? She would have to be to put up with you, brother.
If I could, if I would marry her all over again tomorrow, but I'd pay for the whole marriage license this time.
I love it, Rick. She would have to be Mother Teresa to put up with you 24/7, brother.
No, actually, I'm a much better husband than you think I am.
Well, of course, as long as the Benjamins keep rolling in, I'm sure you are, my friend. No, I'm kidding. Look, Rick is as affable as he is knowledgeable, and that's why that would explain his longevity in this business, guys. Rick is a great guy.
I'll tell you something about longevity in marriage. I've been married 10 and a half years already. Over 10 and a half years. It'll be 11 in November. Do you want to know the real truth? What keeps a marriage together? 3 things: Just keep saying, yes, dear. Oh, honey, don't worry. I'll take care of that. Say that. And the third thing is, oh, honey, you're always right. And you know what the fourth thing is? You can throw your encyclopedia away and your almanac because your wife knows everything. You don't need all that shit anymore.
And there it is. And there it is. Happy wife, happy life, brother. Happy wife, happy life. Alberto says this also. Yes, Rick is a very blessed and lucky. She deserves everything. Yeah, I'll second that, brother. Once again, guys, happy wife, happy life. But look, and Low Clarity says, yes, Rick's talking facts about marriage. Rick talks facts about everything. That's why we love him on the show. But look, let's move forward. So where does Oshaki Foster go from here? He's got one fight.
You know how I can
Go ahead,
improve
sir.
my you know how I can improve my sex life tonight, Joe?
Uh-oh, let's hear it.
Hang up on you quickly.
Oh, Chingao. You know what? And I couldn't blame you, brother. I couldn't blame you.
So what's the next boxing question? Let's get back to my second favorite subject, boxing.
Touche. And here we go, brother. So what's next for Oshaki Foster? He's got one fight remaining on his contract with Top Rank.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
Isn't it a 3-fight deal?
No. 3-year deal. Incorrect.
Oh, it's a 3-year deal. I interpret it as a 3-fight deal. My apologies then. So what's next for Oshaki? Are we going to see a rematch?
I would think common sense would say he gets a rematch.
Yeah. Look, and look, let's just hope that Oshaki Foster gets the memo and puts his combinations together more frequently, because he could have easily done that. He is a smart enough fighter. But Rick, do you think this has anything to do with maybe him outgrowing the division? Because it was obvious he had the opportunity.
Nah, he can make 30, no problem. He's a true 30-pounder.
Very good, brother. Very good. So let's move on. We need to get your thoughts on this, because we haven't spoken to you since this happened. Let's point to last week. What is going on with Ryan Garcia, sir? Your thoughts on everything that's
fucking whack job. That's what's going on with him. The fucking whack job.
Is there any more that needs to be said about that?
That famous expression, the elevator ain't going to the top, the elevator ain't getting past his ankles. This fucking moron.
Well, in South Texas, we like to say that the cheese done slid off the cracker. Yes, sir.
Yes, it's about right.
Yeah. But look, so in contrast, what do you expect then next for Haney, who, plan to wait on Ryan Garcia, because that's obviously the biggest purse that awaits him. But I don't know about that now. Has Ryan, can you see him making a healthy and successful comeback after everything that's transpired?
No, I don't think he weighs below 147 in his comeback. He'll be out a year, basically a year. I just don't see it. I think he's going to get fat during the time period here, and I don't think he can make 40 anymore. I think he'll be 47. He's a big boy.
So if you were advising Devin Haney, let's just say in Fantasyland.
Devin Haney? Devin Haney, advising Devin Haney. Okay, keep going. Yeah, yep.
Let's say you were in Fantasyland. Let's say if you were advising Devin Haney.
Yep.
What would be his next path of progress, so to speak?
I wouldn't have given up my title against Sandor Martin. I would have fought in Sandor Martin. So they already gave up their title, and they're not fighting Sandor Martin, the mandatory. So who can't punch? He's left-handed and slick, but he can't punch.
Yeah. So let's see. You and I both know this, but please elaborate for our extended family members in the chat and anyone listening to this. Why would you say that? Is his value than that depleted without the
Yeah,
title.
because he doesn't have a title to hang his hat on. He's not a draw, and he doesn't have a world title. And no matter if the fight was overturned, everybody saw him on the deck 6 times, officially counted 3 times, and he lost, and now they took the loss away. He's fucking tarnished.
Mm. Look. I'll say this, and I wholeheartedly agree with you. But once again, what is this recent delusionment from all the young fighters in which they think in the American market? Let me just be very, very specific. All the young fighters in the American market seem to think that they're worth a lot more than they are. You look at Shakur in his recent statements, Devin Haney. You look at Teofimo Lopez.
Because they're fucking delusional. They're not in reality. They don't know what it costs to put on these
But
shows.
what is causing this, Rick? Because they're surrounded by very knowledgeable, great boxing people.
I don't know. I don't know. I think people saw Floyd make so much money, so they think they're worth a lot more. I think it's one of those kind of things. I don't know. I really don't know. It's sad. That's all I know.
But do they not realize that Floyd was an 11-year pro before he made big money?
I don't know what they realize. You're asking me to look into the head of a fucking sick individual. I'm not sick.
No, you aren't, sir. And Daddy Drew also says this, Joe, you watch Pro Box TV tonight? No, but I will as soon as this is finished. Thank God for Pro Box being, well, on demand on YouTube. Excellent product. And I've got nothing negative to say about Pro Box. He says, Nicholas Flaus looked impressive. Samson Lukowitz left ringside, I think, to go back and try to sign him. And that wouldn't be a bad move. And he said, Samson's such a parasite on Hispanic fighters. Look. Rick, your assessment and your opinion of our dear friend Samson Lukowitz.
Well, he's not a bad boxing guy, but the next time he tells the truth in a historic moment in boxing history.
Look, I don't know one person who has disdain or dislike for Samson Lukowitz. And once again, you look at longevity in this business. Samson not only has a keen eye for talent, just like you do, Rick, but he is one of the more affable guys in this business, just like you. And that's the reason for his longevity. But look, Rick, what is a promoter who doesn't have any TV dates? What do you call them?
A fucking carpetbagger.
Yeah, glorified managers. That's what we call them, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, look. And this is what Shakur doesn't understand. Like, really, what was... Oh, hold on. Boxing Scientist says, I dislike Samson very much, Joe. Well, look, if you ever spent any time with Samson, you would not be saying that. Samson is a very likable person, and he's a very, very smart boxing guy. Now, I'll tell you a story, Rick, and it's hilarious. Samson Lukowitz brought Manny Pacquiao to our dear friend, God rest his soul, the great Don Chargan, and said, hey, I'm bringing them to you because you have a history of cultivating talent. And Don turned him down. He said that was the worst mistake that he had ever made. Your thoughts on Samson's eye for talent? Once again,
he's got a good eye for talent, but it's no better than Brad Goodman's or Bruce Trampler's at Top Rank. It's just that he gets his fighters opportunities because he kisses balls, and most guys won't get down on their knees and kiss somebody's balls like he will.
Well, Brad is the creme de la creme in terms of cultivating and nurturing attractions.
All right, I even put a tweet up there tonight about.
I know that was the first one I read. And look, Rick,
that's right.
Can you tell us though what goes into that daunting task of cultivating and nurturing talent for a matchmaker?
It just takes a lot of patience, besides brains and whereabouts and where the fighter is in his career, where the opponent is in his career. But it just takes a lot of patience, and a lot of guys don't have that kind of patience.
Not only
So,
patience, it's that overall boxing knowledge. You have to.
well, no. I mean, forget the now. Of course, that's what I just said. I said besides all that stuff, you got to have patience as a human being. Forget the boxing
So,
part.
so
Yeah, we
see,
know
Rick,
that.
Rick, when you and I talk, you take things for granted, and so do I, because we know this business. We've been in this business for a minute. But for everyone who hasn't, talk about like what you're looking for at the 4, 6, and 8 round stages when cultivating and nurturing
Well,
talent as a
you got to
matchmaker.
look. You got to look at besides the physical talent, the body, and besides the the um, the ability. You got to look at the ring IQ, and you also got to look to see how many amateur fights they had. Because if a guy had too many amateur fights and he's not a puncher, you ain't changing him. But if he hasn't had a lot of fights and he's just a decent puncher, you can get him into being a better puncher if he hasn't had a lot of fights. So it depends on how many amateur fights he had, where he's at. Um, you know, a lot of guys, like I know one guy, I don't want to mention his name, he's about 15-0 right now. He didn't have a lot of amateur fights, hardly any, like 6, and he's developing into a real good pro because he didn't pick up a lot of bad habits of the amateurs because he wasn't an
Yep.
amateur that long. So,
So I'm going to ask you this in terms of Brad Goodman and cultivating talent. What happened when cultivating and nurturing Edgar Berlanga? How did that one slip through the cracks, sir?
in what way? How did it slip through the cracks? What do you mean by that?
Because it's obvious he's not where he believes he should be or he is. And look, I think, in my opinion, Rick, correct me if I'm wrong, but they got
It
lost.
had nothing to do. That had nothing to do with Top Rank. That was strictly he hit the ceiling, and the trainers couldn't teach him. He wasn't learning anymore in the gym, and nobody was getting to his thick fucking skull. And
Yeah.
that had nothing to do with Top Rank. Top Rank put the right guys in front of him. He went from being a good puncher to not. He hasn't knocked anybody down since his last knockout.
You know what? That's a very, very astute observation. And look, it's almost like Roberto Diaz when cultivating Ryan Garcia. If you're trying to hang your hat on, oh, this guy's got a string of knockouts, it's very impressive from an aesthetic point of view. But in reality, you're not teaching him anything, and the fighter's not learning anything. And
Yep.
now he's at the championship level. What are you going to do with him?
Yep. It's true.
That's a problem, guys. That's a problem. And yes, but it's funny. So remind us now why you're not a matchmaker, Rick, because you've got everything it takes to be one of the best matchmakers in boxing.
You get to a certain point in success in boxing and my age that when I got the cancer and back in 2016 I couldn't travel and I just stopped and never returned to it. I make more money brokering deals and rendering advice for a small fee every hour than I would matchmaking a complete show. You know, say you get 5 to 10 grand to matchmake a whole show, and it takes fucking 6 weeks to 2 months to tie up
Yep.
your life.
Oh boy.
My average gross per fight for my commission is $8,250.
Yep.
You know,
And from
my end.
a different perspective, do you get any love being a matchmaker in this business?
No, you don't unless the guy keeps winning, of course. But that's part of it. But that's a very small part of it. My wife just said to me, "Rick, you don't need it. You're successful without it. It's just another service you provide." And the wife said, "You don't need it because you have to go to the fight. If you're the matchmaker, you got to be there, and I don't have to go now. I go
Okay.
when I want to go."
Okay, so here are the last 2 questions. We're running out of time with Big Rick. And yes, please, guys, go subscribe to my brother Boxing Scientist. Go subscribe to his channel. Thank you for joining us and supporting Big Rick on this day. Rick,
Yeah.
why did Ryan Garcia just fire his lawyer, Lupe Valencia?
Because everything he did was somewhere along the line was I wouldn't say it was unscrupulous, but everything was in a gray area. And I don't think a guy whose life and livelihood is on the line wants to deal with a guy who everything he does is in a gray area.
So yeah, to be more specific, Rick, how much of boxing does Lupe Valencia actually know?
What he knows about professional boxing, you could write on Matchbox cover a large yellow crayon.
And there's the reality, guys. That's the real reason they finally got wise to Lupe Valencia's song and dance. He's a fraud. He's a
Yep.
scamster, right?
Well, I'm not saying he's a scamster.
No, no,
I
no. I'll
will.
say it. I'll say it.
Right. Well, I'm not saying he's a scamster, but he didn't warrant handling Ryan Garcia. That I will say.
And there it is. There it is, guys. That's the real reason. And thank you for your question, Mini Mill. And Peter, he said, watch a film study. And welcome to the show, Peter. God bless you, my friend. Thank you for supporting Rick on this day. He said, watch a film study of Madrimov tonight. He is strong and pretty damn athletic. Yes, he is. Bud's going to have his hands full August 3rd. Rick, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, definitely. It's a real fight. Bud wanted a real fight. He doesn't. He didn't. He could have fought the IBF champ, who's not nearly as good as this guy. And he didn't want it. He wants a. He wants a challenge. That's Bud's mentality. That's why he's Bud Crawford.
Rick, in your mind, could Madrimov play the spoiler like Eddie Hearn has predicted?
Well, he could. Yeah, it's a bold statement from Eddie, but he could. Yeah, absolutely could. No question about it. He could. Yes.
And Danny, thank you for being so candid in the chat, sir. He said, Joe, I dealt with Samson before back in the early 2000s when he was working with Roy Jones as promoter. He can be very rude, wants you to kiss his arse later for Lukowitz.
He wasn't the promoter. He was Murad's matchmaker, who was Roy's promoter. So let's get that straight.
There it is. There it is. Judge slowly, guys, in this business. But Rick, you don't have the time to judge slowly now, do you?
No, I'm done for the night. I got 4 minutes to go here. One last question, Joe.
And there it is. And there it is, brother. What are your expectations for Jerron Boots Ennis making his debut on Matchroom Sport this Saturday night against David Avanesian?
I think it's going to be a much better fight than people think it is. David Avanesian will come to fight like he did with Crawford. Will he eventually get stopped? I would think he would be eventually get stopped, but while he's in there, it'll be a hell of a fight. He's no joke. He comes to fight, and he'll throw caution out the window and he'll go for it. So he's not going to just pitter patty around just to pick up a paycheck. He's not that kind of guy.
And do you see Jerron Boots Ennis suffering from any of the hometown jinx that many fighters before him have suffered from?
Not really. I don't see it. If he's supposed to be all he's supposed to be, it should be a pretty routine title defense for him. If he's everything that people say he is. So we'll see. My question about Boots is that his two brothers didn't have good chins, and he's the youngest brother of the three. And I haven't seen him really get cracked on the chin from a real puncher yet, with with a 2-piece. And we'll see. I don't know. Dave Avanesian is not that puncher, but he is alive. He's live. He's in there throwing. So we'll see what happens. But if put it this way to you, I would make him a prohibitive underdog if he had fought in Crawford.
And there it is. There it is. I tell you what. Last question. Do you see Conor Benn facing Jerron Boots Ennis in Atlantic City or Philly?
No.
If he's successful.
The commission won't allow it because he's under suspension in the UK. Now that the suspension was upheld, because when he fought in Vegas, the suspension was not upheld at that time. It was still in progress, so they let him fight. But now they're not going to let him fight. So
I want to get your comment on this. I said when he was working with Roy Jones' promoter. Don't misquote me, Rick.
No, he said Roy Jones as promoter, what he said.
Yep, there it is.
He didn't say working for Roy Jones as promoter. He said working for Roy Jones as promoter. That's what I heard.
Look, regardless, Samson Lukowitz is a very good guy, and that would explain his longevity in this business. He's a fair guy, and he has a great boxing mind. And he's one of the more affable guys that you will ever meet in this business, just like
Well,
Roy.
a line somebody had about Samson is, you going to dinner with Samson? The guy says he's buying dinner. He says, then you go.
Look, brother, all I tell you is Samson has sprung for the tab several times when
Yeah,
I've been in this company.
he'll put his hand in his pocket. That'll besides to pull his keys out, and play with his balls. But yeah, he'll put his hand in his pocket. No question about that. I don't dispute that.
Yeah, look, Samson is a very good guy. And that's the last I'm going to say about it, because it looks like we have approached an hour. So, Rick, your parting shots for our listening audience tonight.
My parting shots. You can follow me at Rick Glaser 1. I'm sorry, Real Rick Glaser 1 on Twitter. Oh, X now they call it. I've got 13,300 some followers, so there's a lot of fake Rick Glaser accounts out there. But I'm a verified account also. I answer all boxing questions. Just don't tell Joe I answered your question for you.
And there it is. Rick, very quickly, what should Shakur do from this point forward? Who should he sign with?
I would go back to Top Rick with his tail between his legs, hold a press conference, have him kiss Bob on both cheeks in public, and give it up.
And there it is, guys. Rick, thank you for your time tonight, brother. We love you, man. God bless you, my friend.
Thanks for having me, and I'm glad
brother,
everybody enjoyed. I hope I was more entertaining for 1 hour than Shakur Stevens was the other night for 36 minutes.
And there it is, brother. And God bless you, Rick. And I tell you what, don't ever please anyone. Don't ever change to please anyone on this earth, my friend. God bless you, my friend.
I can't do that. Okay, good night.
God bless you, Rick. Thank you for being there. And guys, it's my pleasure to introduce at this time my partner in crime on War Week Boxing, the incomparable Adam Montequillo Lopez. Adam, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Going on, guys? I'm ready to talk about the recent news and the fight games.
Oh boy. Now let me just nip this in the bud right here. Hold on. Samson is shit. A parasite on Hispanic fighters. Yeah, tell that to Sergio Martinez from Argentina. Come on.
Wait.
that is nonsense, Danny. Come on, my friend. Ching Gao, dude, would he have gotten anything in this business without Samson Lukowitz?
Oh no. Okay, so what was said before? I mean, shall I down with that?
No. We're just talking about what a great guy Samson is in this business.
Yeah, Samson Lukowitz is a great guy, dude. I fought probably, I think, 4 of his guys in a row were Samson Lukowitz, and I was supposed to, when I fought in Foxwoods against that Argentinian, his guy Juan Guzman had the IBF, and if I won that fight, I ended up getting a draw, and I dropped the guy in the fuck, or I should have stopped him in the last round. I was supposed to get a title shot he was going to give me a title shot, volunteer title shot against Juan Guzman, who is 22-0 with 22 knockouts, but it's a tremendous opportunity. He's a phenomenal guy, and
more importantly, he's a man of his word in
yes,
the business,
he's
isn't
a class
he?
act, yes.
And look, that is very hard to come by in this industry.
Yeah, very hard.
You know that. So once again, Danny, I don't want to contradict anything that you're saying in the chat, but I do have to step in when I see, well, a grave misjustice being stated in the chat. But Adam, how goes it, man? How are you doing, my friend?
Doing all right. Doing all right. You guys,
I tell you what, a lot has happened, brother. And look, I have to give you this disclaimer, right?
mm-hmm.
When we convened, last time we convened, that was on July 4th. Happy Independence Day to everybody. And we were on that marathon podcast for 3.5 hours. And I want to thank all of you guys for joining us. But I had no idea what Ryan Garcia had stated when we started. Well, when I just got on the air, but now that I do, Adam, has Ryan Garcia officially lost his mind?
He's probably lost his mind. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It's gonna be hard to come back from this, but I'm pretty sure he can come back from this.
Well, look, if you can sell tickets, yeah,
Yes.
there's always hope. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. Now, in contrast, Shakur Stevenson, what is he thinking by turning down $3 million minimum guaranteed from Top Rank on his next 5 fights? Why is he walking away from Top Rank Inc?
Oh, sorry about that. I have no idea why he's walking away. I have no idea why he's walking away from him. I mean, there's no good options right now, and being a free agent isn't what it's all like everybody thinks it is. It's like, oh, I can do my own thing. I can work with anybody, and it's kind of like, no, if you're gonna be like, it's just like jail. It's basically like prison. If you're gonna be feared, you got to get with a gang. Same thing. You you can't just do this all on your own. There's a few guys that can do it on their own, and right now, Shakur Stevenson isn't one of them. He's a great
Yeah, look,
fighter, but he's
yep.
not. He's not. He's going through some issues right now, almost worse than Ryan is, to be honest.
Yeah, you're right about that. Because look, Ryan has already established himself as a major attraction in boxing.
Yeah.
You can't say that about Shakur. Look, Danny. What you're not taking into consideration is that we are speaking from firsthand experience as well. Okay. Now, as much as I respect from you, right, respect of you, and I do, I love all of you guys in the chat, and I have the utmost amount of respect for all of you. But we are speaking from firsthand experience as well. But hey, to each his own. And I'm sorry you had a terrible experience when dealing with Samson. Now, one of these days, you're going to have to fill me in on what your specific experience was. And maybe that'll shed some light on your specific situation, respectively. Right? Look, Peter has the beat here, Adam. Ryan Garcia will be fine. People will pay to see the kid. And look, that's the truth. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Adam. Even if people proclaim to hate him and want to cancel him at this time, when he makes his comeback, yeah, you're not going to be able to keep them or keep Ryan Garcia out of their mouths collectively.
Yeah.
And that's it. Even if they want to hate him, right? That's all they're going to be talking about.
he's got a new viewership. He had a new demographic. He's got people. He's got woke people tuning into his fights, wanting him to get killed. So I mean, he stays very relevant. I mean, let's look at it this way: Mel Gibson still makes movies. He still makes bangers of movies.
Bring up the Mel, brother.
Yeah, Mel Gibson still makes movies. What Ryan did was very messed up, very, 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 very wrong. We do not condone it on the show, but he said some wild shit before, and he's gonna keep doing it. And well, que sera. Yeah.
Yep, life goes on, brother.
What
Life
will
goes
be, will
on.
be.
We'll
Yeah.
see, guys. Look, we'll bring up this conversation in the next 9-10 months.
Yeah.
But guys, until then, let's not talk about Haney or Ryan Garcia, because honestly, I've had enough of the both of them.
Yeah.
Now, once again, we'll talk about the other delusional lightweight, which is Shakur Stevenson. In my opinion, Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was actually impressed with Shakur Stevenson's performance against a very problematic guy like Artem Harutyunyan.
Yes.
Dare I say Vanya Smartirosyan 2.0?
Yes.
So think about this. This is what Brad Goodman put in front of him. So Artem, his style, just like Vanya's, he's a very difficult fighter to look good against. And in my opinion, I thought Shakur looked absolutely brilliant in spots. Your thoughts and overall assessment of his performance this past Saturday night. And while you're saying that, I'm going to step away and take a Vader test, my friend.
Okay, go do that.
Keep going, brother.
So, Shakur, we all know Shakur is a generational talent boxing wise. You know, I'm very good friends with him. He was one of my promoters, like fighters going the amateurs. Little Vito and Shakur were teammates. I trained with his father Wally Moses, and you know he's a great fucking fighter, dude. Like he has a particular style, he sticks with it. You cannot knock him with that. He's the best at that. I get that, and he is truly an artist. So I mean, we get that, and but he's gotta knock people out. They're not wrong by saying that he needs to be a little bit more exciting. He needs to stop some people, and he can do that. The guy can literally do anything. Coach was talking about his inside game not being all there and all that. I get where coach is coming from. I think Shakur has a different type of style when he is doing on the inside. If you do really watch him, he lifts he lifts the opponent's arms up, throws that straight left to the body, and he has his own style of inside game. But he's people aren't wrong by saying he's got to stop some people. He's got to stay in the pocket a little bit. He can do all that, and I think that he's got to kind of get pissed off and got to be like, all right, I'm gonna stop some people. If he can stop somebody like really 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 good, uh or at least do like be dominant against like Tiafimo or somebody, he'll win the fans back. Because for a little bit, people were saying that before. He went on like a couple of fights and he couldn't stop anybody. And then he stopped a Asian dude, and then he stopped somebody else. And then people were like, "Oh, he's back. He is getting demand now." And
Okay, so in your mind, now look at Ryan Garcia, and my apologies, guys, because I just said I wasn't going to mention him again. But look what it did, and obviously a lot's happened since that fight. But April 20th, look what it did for Ryan Garcia when he punished Devin Haney.
yes,
Look what it did for his career. Now, in your mind, would it be the most advantageous in his career currently at this respected point, right? Would it be the most advantageous thing to take on William Zepeda, potentially a style that could make Shakur Stevenson look like Floyd Mayweather Jr.?
yeah, because you know what, like I have enough confidence in Shakur's style that he may beat. No, I think he probably should be the favorite against William Zepeda. I have confidence in his game, everything like that. And you know what? It just if he goes and fights Zepeda and beats Zepeda, it just goes to show like, yeah, I am that guy, and there's nothing you could do about it. He's kind of like the one thing I don't like is that he's arguing with people on Twitter and yelling at like
Oh boy.
celebrities and everything like that. You know what he should do? He should just own it. Own it.
Yep.
That would make him the
Yep.
bigger bad guy, and it would be way better. He'd be like, yeah, I'm boring, and guess what? You can't do anything about it, and I'm gonna beat everybody. It doesn't matter. You're gonna want to watch me get beat, and you know what? They can't beat me, and I'm gonna beat them the way that I want to do it. Everybody's gonna be mad and say, "Oh well, you're boring, you're boring, you're boring." Guess what? People are gonna pay to see him lose.
That's it. That's it. Look, correct me if I'm wrong, but Floyd Mayweather went through the same thing and he handled it like a champ.
Yeah,
Hey, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Hey,
exactly. Yeah.
come out and take it. Come out and beat me.
Yeah, still paid for the pay-per-views when everybody would just say he's a runner. Everybody still paid for them.
So my advice to Shakur Stevenson at this time would be have fun with this.
Own it.
Don't take it so seriously. Own that shit, man.
Like you
Own
should
it.
do what he should do is post on Twitter and like take a picture of a pillow and a blanket and be like, I'm gonna rewatch my fight right now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you just own it. You own it. And people would laugh at that. That's funny. That's funny to be like, just say, hey, just keep coming up with like sleeping memes or some shit like that. Think of funny jokes and just own that shit. And that's the way you win it. That's how like Ryan Garcia would just own it. He goes, yeah, I'm a cheater. I wanted to take steroids. I was hungry for some steroids. And I cheated. Just own it. That's the way you win argument. You're not going to win it by getting defensive and trying to prove to me that you're not boring. That's going to maybe like, yeah, I am. You are boring. If you're trying to convince me that you aren't, you must be boring. Just fucking own up to it and be like, yo, I'm boring as shit, but you can't. I'm boring as shit, but you can't stop me. And you know what? To like guys like us, like aficionados, real hardcore fans, and guys that truly like know what they're watching, we appreciate it. We appreciate his boxing IQ and his ability.
Absolutely.
I've known Shakur when he was 15, 16 years old. He would come to my fights. Little Vito and him were stablemates. I trained with his grandpa. So I know him. He's a really nice kid. He's always been nice to me. And I wouldn't tell him, yo, you need to be more exciting. I wouldn't tell him that. I wouldn't knock him of anything. He's always been a class act, nice dude. And I would just be like, dude, just own it, dude. Own it. If
have fun with it.
Yeah, have fun with it. If you're not gonna change anybody's mind, you're not gonna do it. All you can do is just fucking add on to it. And let's watch what I'm telling you. Watch the change.
That's it. That's it. True words were never spoken. I tell you what, Shakur needs to be taken to the side and say, "Hey, brother, watch some WWF, WWE.
You can learn
look at how
so
the heels handle all the criticism.
Yes.
Look at how the heels handle the hatred, so to speak.
Yeah.
They embrace it. Okay, they feed off of it.
Yeah.
That's what he needs to do at this time. Quit taking it so seriously. It's like, dude, have fun with it. And don't get personal. Just enjoy it, man. Enjoy all of this attention. Because I tell you what, that's exactly what this is. A positive or negative, it's all attention. And that can be a great thing for your career as long as it's handled properly.
Yeah.
And right now he's not handling it properly.
Yeah, like
but I tell you what, go ahead. Go ahead, Adam.
He's beefing with Cameron and Mace, who have the biggest sports podcast right now. They're killing him, but he can use this to his advantage because guess what? They are talking about him. There's a huge beef between the biggest sports podcast on the planet and him.
And there it is.
He needs to use
and there it is.
Yeah, you can't buy this type of publicity. All right, you got me hyped. I'm getting another beer.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, we love you, Adam. God bless you, brother. Now, while Adam is getting another beer, we want to talk about this and focus our attention now on why don't you guys let us know what you want us to, or Adam, to talk about right now? Do you want him to expound on his thoughts, share his thoughts on O'Shaquie Foster or Jaron Boots Ennis this Saturday? Guys, let us know what you want Adam to expound upon. Guys, because to be honest with you, I can't wait to hear what Adam has to say on either topic. So please let us know in the chat what you guys want him to talk about. And while that's going on, though, Danny, oh geez, where this was in Biloxi, Mississippi, right? and you said, "Excuse me." Well, geez, I don't even know what to say about that. I don't want to diminish. Now, were you coming at him as a fan or someone in the business, or I see? I don't know the entire scenario, so all I'm doing is making an assessment of what you're telling me. That's all. So, Polly Walnut says hamburger lenga. Oh, does that mean I need to put on my camera, brother?
I don't know.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I need to put on my camera?
You-
Okay, I'll put on my camera, brother. I've got my chunkless cap on, brother. Look. Here goes. Here we go. The
That's-
flying chunkless, brother. Yeah. The flying chunkless. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to put it on backwards. It's got the entire moniker here. The flying chunkless. There it is. All right. So what are you drinking tonight, Adam?
Miller Lite.
Miller Lite. Oh, shit. Ghetto much?
Yeah, we have right now.
I'm just jiving you, brother. I've got my customary, right? Sweet Amber. How do you like that?
Here we
Yes,
go.
sir. Here's to you, Adam. Real men of genius. There you go, brother. God bless you, my friend. Woo! So, what are your thoughts on? Oh, hold on,
Hamburger Lenga.
Danny Drew. My fighter Ron Roberts beat Roy's fighter, who was a police officer in Pensacola. Okay, so yeah, you were a working participant in this business. Then yeah, that's uncalled for, right? And so you know what? If you don't mind, I will invite Samson Lukowitz onto the show, and I will let you know, brother. I'm going to disclose my email information. Okay. And please send me your specific info, personal info, so we can stay in touch. Okay. Okay, there it is. So Danny, please send me an email with all of your personal information so we can keep in touch, sir. And I will remind him of this, and I will let you know as soon as he comes onto the show so he can offer you a public apology, because I know Samson. And you know what? He was probably going through some things if he actually was that way to you publicly. And I'll nip this in the bud. How's that? That's the best I can do, my friend. But God bless you, Danny. And see, guys, once again, I love all of you guys, and you guys are my extended family. Me and Adam, you guys are our extended family. And that's what I'll be willing to do for all of you guys. So Paul Walnut says he wants you to talk about hamburger lenga. So
What?
it looks like that very well may be. It looks like that very well may be Canelo's next fight. Now, from what I've been told, it's going to be hamburger lenga and Crawford in December. How do you like that, brother?
Okay, let me get this straight. December against who? Each other?
No, Crawford, Canelo.
Crawford Canelo, and then Hamburger Lenga.
No,
And
hamburger lenga in September.
fuck Hamburger Lenga, dude. Like I'd rather see him go against Chris Eubanks. Like,
I think everyone would.
I don't want Hamburger Lenga because he's the zone's guy, and they're pushing for it. But Hamburger Lenga shouldn't even be in the same conversation as Canelo. He's gonna get stopped in 4 rounds. Let's see the over/under with Hamburger Lenga and Canelo.
Canelo would shred him like tissue paper.
Under. You go the under, dude.
Yeah.
He's destroyed.
I will say this, Adam, with those shades, those are awesome, by the way. With those shades, you look like a member of Los Lobos. Guys in the chat, doesn't he look much cooler with those shades on than the ones you were sporting the other night?
I'm gonna come back every everybody tends to go, dude, why is this guy always wearing shades inside? This guy's always high as shit. They have I mean, so every time they see
No, you're not high, man. You work for the U.S. Postal Service. What are you talking about, brother?
that's the only way to do the job.
Dude, that is awesome, man. Well, look, let's shift gears, guys. Jaron Boots Ennis is going to be making his Matchroom Sport debut this Saturday night at the Wells Fargo Center in Philly, PA. What are you expecting to see from the phenom, Jaron Boots Ennis?
Total domination. Total domination. That's what I'm expecting from him.
Against David Avanesian, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Avanesian, what he did when he went 12 with Crawford?
No, he got knocked the fuck out by Crawford.
I think another guy. Okay, same thing. I mean, Boots Ennis is young. This guy's a few years older. 3 years older than when Terrence Crawford got to him. I think
No.
it'll be the same thing, dude.
So, in your mind, what does the ceiling look like for Jaron Boots Ennis at Matchroom Sport?
At Matchroom, I mean, I don't know who they can possibly match him up with. Him as a fighter, he's sky's the limit with him.
Connor Ben. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. So I mean, you got the UK guys that he can put him against, but Connor Ben is gonna get destroyed by him too. I mean, the only person that can actually put up a good fight against him, I think, but Spence is going to be at 54. I think Spence could do something with him.
Spence? Are you serious? Spence, right now?
Well, you know, with the Regis Gregarious.
Really? Errol Spence Jr.?
That's my guy. That's my guy, dude.
Come on now. Look, Errol Spence is our guy in Texas, right? But that's a far cry from the gentleman who beat the living snot out of Chris Algieri.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We got to figure out where he's at.
We already know where he's at, Adam. Quit trying to sugarcoat things, dude. We already know where he's at, brother.
Where's he at? Because I don't know where he's at yet. I mean,
Yes, you do. Yes, you do, because you know what you're looking at, brother.
I know what I'm looking at. But we got to make this last as long as we possibly can. You get him a 2 fight. See where he's at.
Fucking Adam, dude, you're awesome, man.
Like, we're not letting this go down. Think shit. We're trying to fucking make this last as long as we possibly can.
Look, brother. He is a shot fighter, and you know this, Adam.
Haven't seen it yet. We haven't.
Oh my gosh!
Haven't seen it. We would. Okay, from our trained eyes, we thought Miguel Cotto was fucking done, didn't we? We all thought Miguel Cotto was fucking.
Wait. What are you talking about? What stage of Miguel Cotto's career?
Right after Margarito, we all thought he was fucking dog meat.
No.
I thought he was.
No. Errol Spence Jr. Okay, you listen to him speak. Did you ever hear Miguel Cotto sound like Errol Spence Jr.?
Never heard
Miguel Cotto. Like him referring to himself in the third person, Errol Spence Jr. Like, honestly, he sounds worse than Joe Biden right now.
No,
let's be honest.
That's the country drawl. Yeah. I've grown up. I've lived with him. That's the country drawl.
Is that what you're insisting upon?
It's the country drawl. Yes.
So you think it's just the southern draw?
Yes.
That's it.
It's a country draw. I'm not saying that he wasn't in a bad fight with Terrence Crawford, because he was. It was a very, very, very bad fight that took years off him. But I'm saying we gotta watch him. Let's just watch.
Brother, in my opinion,
I'll be the first to admit it. I'll be the first to admit it. If I see it, I'll say it. But I'm just saying, give him a chance. Give him a chance.
dude, look, if there weren't a car accident, right? If there weren't the wear and tear from being a former Olympian, deep amateur background, if there weren't a retina tear, if there weren't any of the abuse between fights, and guys, I'm not going to expound upon that, but I know several people that were in his posse at the time. This is a guy who loved to party, right?
I got a crazy story.
Now, oh, of course, so do I, brother, but I'm not going to expound upon that live, okay? I'm not going to embarrass Errol Spence like that, okay?
No, my
and
story.
this is one for the LGBTQ community. Yeah, you heard me. Errol?
No way.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Don't even blasphemy on his name. Don't even do that. I know for a fact that's not real.
God bless you, Danny. God bless you, Double D. Good to see you, my friend. Look, guys, unfortunately, I heard and I was told a lot more than I wanted to hear concerning Errol Spence Jr. Yes.
No.
And it's not good. It's not good. It's not good, Adam. And I'm telling you, he's done, son.
I don't want to believe
So what
that.
brought Errol Spence into this equation anyway? Into this conversation? What brought Errol Spence into this conversation in the first place?
Dennis could probably fight. I would say maybe Errol could give John Dennis some problems. Terrence Crawford is the only other guy that could probably beat Boots or give him problems. But other than that, Boots is the guy.
Off the ropes.
Yeah. You were
Coach
the one
Malachi was saying this a year ago. Look, yeah. Look, guys, and once again, I like Errol Spence. But yeah, and so I wasn't willing to air out this kind of dirty laundry, and I'm not going to. Okay? But look, connect the dots, guys, because they often formulate the correct picture when you connect the dots. You're getting upset, Adam, aren't you?
Bro, my fucking guy.
Woo! We love you, Adam. Oh, see, Adam, here's the problem. I can't keep a secret to save my freaking life. I can't.
That is a rumor. That is a dirty, rotten rumor.
If you say so, sir.
I would need the source. And if I heard the source, I'd be like, oh, yeah, that motherfucker.
Well, I tell you what, I will tell you that off the air, and you will be a believer because it is ironclad, my friend.
I would have heard this by now.
Look. There are several types of drunks in this business, right? Ones that are ornery, which Errol Spence is. He always wants to get it on. And two, ones that are very sexual in nature and get a very unhealthy libido when they get hammered. And that's also Errol Spence Jr., regardless of what is in front of him. And I can tell you this. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like I'm surprised that he wasn't partaking in the Pride Parade last month.
I don't want to believe that.
You believe what you want, my friend.
All right.
Believe what you want.
Let's change the subject.
So let's change the subject then. Woo! I tell you what, guys. There it goes. So what do you want to talk about now, Aaron? What would you like to talk about now after I just pissed in your parade?
Damn it, I can't even think of anything else. Fuck.
Hawk Mustang, welcome to the show, sir. God bless you, my friend. And yes, like guys, one thing you will know about me, there are no falsehoods on this channel. Okay, I shoot from the hip, brother, and so does Errol Spence, apparently. Yeah, and there it is, and there it is. Adam, come on, brother. This is the 21st century we're talking about.
Yeah, but he still ain't no fucking gay guy.
Yeah, go ahead, bring it, brother. Come on now.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all.
So why don't you believe it?
This fucking dude gets the hottest fucking chicks, man. He ain't no fucking Rock Hudson. What are you talking about? This dude for like months.
Dude, that's fucking awesome, dude. He's no Rock Hudson. So Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and More says salute gays. No, I mean salute guys.
Dude. That guy.
Okay, let's change the subject, guys, because I don't want to talk about this any more than you guys. Oh, hold on.
Sexual fighters.
So Peter says this. So Spence is a dink toucher?
I don't fucking believe that, dude. I don't believe that at all.
Well, look. Why don't you get some pretty women? Yeah, that's a nice segue. Nice change in subject. As long as he doesn't beat the shit out of him, sure. While to get some pretty women. Am I bringing up shit that we shouldn't be talking about? Is that what you're saying?
What, we can't talk about beating up women?
No, but we can talk about putting them in a burqa. Yeah.
Fine, dude. That's different. That's cultural.
You mean beating them up isn't?
That's cultural. That's cultural.
Guys, let's change the subject. Guys, let's talk about boxing. Now, in your mind, Shakur Stevenson,
yes,
is he a damn fool for trying to test the free agent market when he's not a big time attraction?
Yeah, I kind of think so. I wouldn't say he's a damn fool, but I think he needs to get clicked up really quick. And I think Top Rank's his best option. If hopefully that offer is still on the table, but he doesn't have the star power to command to go this solo. He needs to be clicked up with somebody.
Yep, I tell you what, I'm pouring me another shot, brother, because Bruce Gas. Now, Bruce, we're changing topics here, okay? No more of this pride bullshit. No more of this June bullshit. Sammy the Bull is gay. The Gravano? Really? Come on, dude. Stop. No, dude, just stop. Just stop.
Here you go. Hell no. Sammy the Bull and his fucking good ass Hey.
Well, wait a minute. Look, in the immortal words of Emmanuel Stewart, right? Because you never know how someone lives, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. I said it before you said it, Joe. Look, dude. I'm going to give you a story about Emmanuel Stewart and Michael Buffer, and this should tell you. This speaks volumes of.
Don't tell me they don't.
You really should judge slowly, right? This is an Emmanuel Stewart story, right? So Emmanuel told me, well, Michael Buffer is my guy, right? And we discovered him back when he was doing club shows. And I introduced him to HBO, and it actually was the breeding ground for the rest of his career.
Yes.
And I always thought when Michael Buffer, he was always so prim and proper, and I always thought he was a little light in the loafers because he always had a diamond stud in his ear, and I just thought he was that way until we went to Germany, and he called several events. And let me tell you something, women love Michael Buffer, and I found out that he loves women too. Let me tell you something about Michael Buffer. That dude gets more ass than a toilet. And that was Emmanuel. That was one of the last stories he shared with me the final year that I was working with him before he passed away. And so once again, guys, appearances aren't always what they seem going back to Errol Spence Jr.
I still don't believe that shit.
Yeah.
I'm
All right, brother. Whatever you say, my friend.
I would call him right now and be like, hey, you fucking gay, bro. You gotta fucking tell me. I'm fucking fighting for my fucking life out here, telling everybody you're not gay. You're fucking gay, bro. You gotta tell me. I don't want to look like a dumbass.
Now look, what he's done under the ether, right, may be different from what he does with a clear mind. But I can tell you firsthand from what someone in his posse, several people in his posse told me that, yeah.
I don't believe that shit.
No, okay.
I don't believe it at all. I'd have to fucking see it.
Well, dude, he sure looked that way last April 29th.
I have to see it.
Or June 20, or what was it? June 29th?
I don't know.
Was it?
That was a long fucking time ago.
Yeah, he got his ass whooped.
It all happens. It happens to the best of us.
Well, Regis Gregarious. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Look, I'm not going to say anything about Joe Goosen, but yes.
Joe Goosen was gay?
No, not was. Is.
I don't know about that one, too. I mean, I kind of...
Yes, dude, look. As long as we're airing out some shit, you guys want to hear a story, right? You guys want to hear a story. Okay. Now, Michael's second to none, right?
Yes.
Michael's second to none. You remember Michael's second to none, right? Yeah. Now that we're actually airing out shit live on War Week Boxing, I'm going to tell you a secret that Master Goosen told me. And yes, look at the way he dresses.
Yeah.
Joe Goosen. Is there any question about that? That's already understood, guys. Get past that. He's not hiding that shit. But Errol Spence, yeah, he's hiding that shit. Okay? But if you guys want to know a story that only you're going to hear right now, Michael's second to none. Do you remember he went away? He was incarcerated, and because he didn't... Hold on. The way he dresses? It's not only that, guys. Look, he doesn't hide it. Joe Goosen is a great guy, right? And he's a great boxing guy through and through. But, yeah. Adam, you have no idea what to say at this point, do you?
Bad, just staring at the ceiling fan.
So let's go to Michael second to none, right? Do you know Michael J. Fox?
Yes. Parkinson's.
So right now he's suffering from Parkinson's, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the Lord doesn't love shit, right? And every villain has his comeuppance. Do you know who Michael Second Nunn's co-manager was back in the day?
Who was it? Michael J. Fox?
Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, no, that's
Do
pretty
you
cool.
remember that Michael Second to None was slinging Holly, right?
Yeah.
And that's why he got put away, incarcerated for all those decades, right?
Yeah.
Do you know who he wouldn't roll over on? Michael Second to None was a mule for a drug dealer. Do you know who that was?
Who? Freeway Ricky?
No.
Who?
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox?
Michael J. Fox. Yep.
He took after his manager?
Yep.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
That's
Michael J. Fox, guys.
crazy.
That's the truth. You know, Adam, you know enough people in this business. Ask around. You'll know that I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is 100% true.
Why the fuck would Marty McFly be fucking selling drugs? That's what I don't
Because he was obvious. Well, because, and once again, why does he have such a severe case of Parkinson's at such a young age?
He doesn't. I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean,
Oh, here it is. T. Sanders has a beat. Adam looks as shocked as I am.
I'm basically just staring into the abyss and just fucking, and just like, wait, what?
Woo! Look, Adam. Right now, we're revealing all kinds of boxing secrets to our extended family because we love you guys.
What's the best boxing secret that I fucking...
No. Look, brother, I'm an old geezer. I know all kinds of stories that I will hold close to the vest. But hold on. Snorting that coke brings on Parkinson's. Makes sense. Yes. Bruce, you know this, brother. You know this. Okay? You know this. Put 2 and 2 together, brother. 1 + 1 makes 2 in this scenario. Everyone knows that Michael J. Fox was the co-manager of Michael Second to None. He went away for several decades because he refused to roll over on his benefactor.
Damn.
Who was Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox probably had something sitting pretty for him after he got out, though. So
he took care of his entire family while he was in the Hoosgow.
That's what I would imagine.
Hawker Mustang. Michael J. Fox was dealing drugs. No. Michael Second to None was. But it was for Michael J. Fox. And that's the reality. Now, if you want to know who told me this story, I'm not going to roll over on him. But it was someone that we've been talking about recently.
No, dude. You know who it fucking was? It was fucking...
You already know. You already know, brother. 1 + 1 makes 2, my friend.
No, I know who it is. I know.
You already know, brother. You already know.
I know who the fuck it is. Hang on real quick.
Yeah. You can't handle the truth, Lopez. Yeah. You can't handle the truth.
I know who it is. Fucking, I'm gonna blurt it out right now.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I know who the fuck it is, dude.
You know how come Bill Clinton didn't get Parkinson's then? Because he was look. Bill Clinton had a special place in Hades waiting for him. Okay. And yes, Bruce, I'm going deep tonight, baby. Just not as deep as Errol Spence Jr.
I know.
And there it is.
I know who did that Michael J. Fox fucking rumor, and it's fucking a dirty fucking rumor.
Dude, it's not a rumor, Holmes. This is common knowledge. Anyone who's been in this business for longer than 25 years.
Well, I already know who expelled the knowledge. I already know where it came.
You already know. You already know. And you know what? And this is a gentleman. This is a gentleman. Hold on. hold on. This is a gentleman who still takes great pride in being able to fit in his disco attire.
Yeah, Biff
Back in the
Tannen.
late
I
70s.
already said it like 4 times. Biff Tannen is the one that fucking put this out.
Biff Tannen, let's blame it on Biff Tannen.
Biff
Yep.
Tannen, dude.
He says, Bruce says, not every cokehead gets it. Hawker Mustang. Oh, geez. And he says, Haney is a little like the loafers.
Oh,
What? Dude, honestly,
yeah,
I would bet my house on that fact.
yeah. The guy wore a dress. He wore like a dress, right?
He stayed at P. Diddy's house past midnight, brother.
Yeah.
What does that say?
That says you're down for it.
Yep. Ass up. Ass up.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. That's on like you saying Earl Spence. I'm like, hell no, that never in the fucking world.
Okay, very good. All right,
Kevin Haney, I would have been like, dude, I didn't even know about P Diddy, and I'd still be like, yeah, he's gay. That guy's gay.
Well, look. Hold on. I did so much coke in the late 70s. I'm surprised I made it out sane. Who says you're sane, Bruce?
Yeah, Bruce.
You love boxing, brother. Hold on. Hawk Mustang says, maybe so. I'm not surprised that Fox was or is a cokehead. Well, look, he can't even wipe his own ass these days. So, yeah. But that's a product of like skiing the slaloms, right? Oh, Chingao. Well, kind of, it says. I love it. And Iceman says, Bruce on the snack. Well, that's a different kind of snack, but yeah. And there it is. But look, Bruce, one thing I will say about Bruce, Bruce is my brother. And once again, he tells no lies. And he owns that shit. So if Bruce says something, you can take it to the bank. And he doesn't hide behind shit. And I have so much respect for Bruce. God bless you, my friend. Because I tell you what, we all have a past. But I will say this, though. It's never too late to turn to the Holy Trinity. And once again, guys, surrender your life to Jesus, and you don't have to even be tempted by that horse shit any longer. Oh, hold on. Hawker Mustang has the beat. Fox had unlimited funds to buy the snow with, too. Yes, sir. He sure did.
Get all that back to the future. All that Teen Wolf money.
Teen Wolf money. Did you just say Teen Wolf money?
Yeah,
dude, Back to the Future indeed.
Yes.
But look, guys, let's change the subject, guys. We're almost approaching now 2 hours. We're almost approaching an hour with Adam Lopez. And we really haven't spoken about much except for
gay people, gay guys.
Shit that should remain behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So what would you like to discuss, Adam? That doesn't have anything to do with Michael J. Fox or Errol Spence Jr.
Fuck yeah, dude. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not even in the mood to
I put you in a bad way now, didn't I?
I know. You took out the whole air. You fucking knocked the wind out of me.
Dude.
I'm still trying to recover from the knock.
Brother, Regis Gregarious.
He doesn't. He didn't even talk like that. It's a Southern drawl.
Yeah, Regis Gregarious. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. This is why he's never gonna fight again. So I don't know why you brought him up, brother. But hey, you mess with the bull, you get the horns, Holmes.
He's gonna fight again. He's gonna fight fucking Vondura.
On what network?
I don't know, but they're gonna figure it out.
Really?
I think so.
Who's going to come up with the money to fund that expensive undertaking?
You know what I would do, to be honest, if I didn't want to fuck with Top Rank and I didn't want to fuck with Heyman, or I don't know about Heyman, but if I didn't want to fuck with Eddie, you know what I would do, and I know for a fact would get tons and tons of eyeballs?
Yeah.
Go to Jake Paul.
You're a smart man, Adam.
Jake Paul.
You're a smart
Jake
man.
Paul would take that in a fucking heartbeat. He would go, okay, how about we do this? I'm the main event because I am the eyeballs. You're the co-main. You fight this huge fucking fight. And guess what? After the fight, you can call me out. We'll act like we're going to fight. But we're not, but we can make that happen. And guess what? More people are going to want to watch me and they're going to want to watch you.
So let me ask you something, Adam. Hawker Mustang says this. And thank you for sticking with us, Hawker. We appreciate it, brother. If Spence is shot, then that tarnishes Crawford's KO win over him a bit.
No.
Look, this is one of the This is one of the things I absolutely love about boxing, because the truth always reveals itself in the ring. We're going to find out on August 3rd if the Crawford win is a product of Spence being damaged goods and little light in the loafers, or is he really that guy? And in my opinion, it's a combination of both. And so in my opinion, he's going to struggle with Israel Madrimov. Uh-oh. Adam's pissed. Adam's pissed, baby.
My fucking dog jumped on the couch. I was like, hey. I was about to say, hey, get the fuck off the couch, Loma.
Yeah. Dude, dare I say, Adam is pissed.
I'm going to go kick we've been talking about it all this whole time. I'm going to go kick my dog. Take out my friend.
Regis McGrath. Like, honestly, Errol Spence is the American version of Slowpoke Rodriguez.
No.
That's very good, Cousin Speedy. But you forgot the Tabasco sauce.
Here's a gun.
Okay, I get it for you. Yeah.
No, but I think.
Oh, jeez. Truth hurts, doesn't it, Adam?
Nah, that's because that's just falsehood. He's not gay.
Okay. All right.
Gay.
I didn't say. Well, look. Technically, yeah, he is. Bisexual? Yeah, that means he's gay.
He's not.
Gay.
He's not,
with a capital G. Gay.
not even that.
Gay.
Nope.
Gay.
You know, he's for one man, and that man's name is Jesus Christ. That's the only gay guy. That's the only man he loves.
Wait a minute. What the hell did you just say?
Only gay for one man, and that man's Jesus Christ, dude.
Hold on. Hawker Mustang has something to tell you, brother.
What the fuck up?
Denninger says, only boxer I knew who was gay, besides Emil Griffith, was Donald Curry from Fort Worth, Texas, who trained with Robin Blake. Look, if that's the only two that you know of, well, then God bless you, my friend, and let's keep it that way, right?
Curry, you got fucking Orlando Cruz. You got Josue Vargas.
Dude, did you really have to bring up that gay Puerto Rican? Really?
He's the first openly gay fighter, dude.
No, Emil Griffith was the first openly gay fighter. And look. Benny the Kid Perrette was the guy that he killed in the ring. Yeah. And because before the fight, he was dumb enough to call him El Maricón. Right? Hold on. You know what? I'm going to second this. Blair Cobb seemed gay to me too. Yes, he seems gay to me as well. So let's change topics, because I don't want to talk about which fighters I think or know to be gay at this time.
Damn.
Yeah, let's change the subject, guys.
Yeah, it's
As
getting,
well as trainers.
getting pretty dark.
Joe Goosen. Yeah. What would you like to talk about, Adam? In all seriousness.
Yeah, we keep going back to the gay shit. I'm just like, fuck, dude, he's not fucking gay. God damn, he just fucking took me out. I'm at a loss of words. This is like the first
Yeah.
time I had a loss of words. You like come up with just stuff on the spot. But
Yeah. Well, it's because of my longevity in this business and everything I know. Look, I'm only giving you 1% of everything I know. Okay? In
yeah,
this business. And you've seen enough to understand that what I'm telling you is 100% true. And you already know this, Adam. You've experienced enough in this business to understand that everything I'm telling you is 100% true. And that's why you're shaking like a salt shaker, brother.
not even shaking, dude. Check this out. Check this out.
I love it, man.
This is my shooting hand.
Oh, I think that's rheumatism, brother. So what do you want to talk about, Adam?
I don't know, dude. I think the whole purse bid situation is pretty nice. I kind of like this.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. So let's talk about Golden Boy strategy that Rick Glaser did not want to give away, right? Let's talk about that. Because I already know for a fact, right? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Davis is gay? Look, there's a saying in boxing, Hawker Mustang, that if you're asking the question, you already know the answer. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Look,
What?
guys, bisexual is still gay. Yes, that's all I'm going to say. Bisexual is still gay. So once again, if you're asking the question, you already know the answer. And there it is. Adam, so purse bid. Do you think it's a stroke of genius of Golden Boy Promotions forcing a purse bid through the WBC for William Zepeda versus Shakur Stevenson, while Shakur doesn't have any major promoter support?
I kind of think it is a stroke of genius, and I think it's really fucking good. Like, it's a very good scheme. It's like these motherfuckers are playing chess. They already look like 3 or 4 moves down the line, and they're like, okay, we're gonna get him for dirt cheap.
Yep, it's going to be another Haney situation, isn't it?
Yeah, and hang on real quick. And right now, like, it's
Keep going. Keep going.
such a good, like, master plan, and it's kind of like, it's very, very, very diabolical, because you're kind of like, you're seeing him like on a downfall, and he's really, really not doing good right now. And also, like, promoters' eyes, he's not doing good at all. And they're gonna get him for incredibly low, because William Zepeda is still on the rookie contract.
Yes, sir. He is.
William Zepeda's
He
on
is.
he's on a minimums. He's on fighting for the minimums right now, so he's only getting like 100,000.
Hey, here's to Miller Lite, brother. Here's to Miller Lite. Salute, Adam. God bless you, brother, and thank you for joining us today.
They're on like rookie contract with William Zepeda, and they didn't really think William Zepeda wasn't blue chip prospect.
Yep.
He was the guy that fucking Panda was working with when Panda was in Mexico, and he was with the crew of fighters. He was with the Mexican fighters. He got fucking Kevin Gonzalez, and Zepeda was also one of them.
Yep. He was only one of them. You're right.
He was one of them. There was a group of them. Kevin Gonzalez was one of them. He was a good 120 guy, southpaw, and fucking Zepeda was the cream of the crop. And
So
then,
do you think, Adam, with your area of expertise and with your eyes, Do you think William Zepeda would be exposed if he picked on Shakur Stevenson at this time, at this juncture of his career?
I think Shakur beats him, but you know what I really hope happens? I hope Shakur sticks to his game plan. I
Mm.
I hope Shakur sticks to the boringness and
Yeah.
at Shakur's game. If
Yep.
Shakur if
Yep.
Shakur dominates him the way that Shakur wants to dominate, the way that we want him, it just goes to show my boring technique beats the exciting technique that you guys love. But guess what? I'm still the better fighter. It
Yeah. You know what, brother?
doesn't
You know
matter
what?
whether it's exciting
I
or
will
not.
drink to that. I will
I,
drink to that. That is an excellent point.
I still beat the fucking most exciting fighter that you have. The guy that throws 1,000 punches in 6 rounds, I just fucked him up. So
Dude, that is a page right out of Floyd's playbook.
yeah,
Yes,
how can
sir.
boring? And you know what? And that's what I was just saying. If he beats Zepeda the way that we all know that he can, and the way that he should do it, the boring style, I would just fucking say I'm the most boring fighter in the world and I'm the best at it. And guess what? The most exciting fighter can't do shit about it. And guess what? I win. He wins. Go back talk shit to Cam.
Win-win, brother. Yep.
Yeah, I would do that. And I say, what I do? I just fucking beat the best guy, the most
Keep
exciting.
talking, Adam. I got to take this call. Keep talking, brother.
So I don't know. I need to chat more so I can just spaz out. I'm still shooken up by Errol Spence. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all, to be honest. So this is one time me and Errol were fucking like we were 17. I had to go. We were going to a state tournament, and I had to go stay at his house one time. And this dude goes, "Hey, you want to go to Walmart?" And I go, "All right, let's go to Walmart." And so I'm just wearing with tennis shoes, fucking shorts, t-shirt. I'm thinking we're going to Walmart. This guy fucking lied to me. We didn't go to Walmart. We fucking go to this club in Dallas. It's a fucking. I'm like, and I don't know if anybody knows about this, but it's a Dallas heavy like segregated area. We go to this club. They let us in the club. We're fucking like 17, 18, and it's they're serving alcohol. We're not supposed to go, but he's a superstar at this point. He's still an amateur, but they know who he is. They let us in. I'm the only Mexican in the club, and I stick out like a sore thumb. And I fucking we go in this club and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? I thought we were going to Walmart, dude. And we go to the club. And I'm the only Mexican there, and I'm just there, and I just see fucking black asses everywhere, fucking dancing. I lose the club, and I'm just walking around. I look like a fucking Roomba. I just walking around slowly, trying to find him, and then I finally fucking find him at the end of the night, and fucking we go outside the club, and we're all talking to his friends and shit, and then all of a sudden, pop, 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 pop. We start running, we fucking run to the car, and then I guess the shooting stops, and then we go back like a bunch of dumbasses. We go back to the fucking center of the outside of the club where everybody lets out, and you just hear two shotguns, boom, 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 and then we start running again, and then after that, but that was one of the craziest experiences I've had with him. That's how I know
Are you
he's
talking about Errol Spence Jr. now?
yeah, because I'm still shocked about it, and I'm telling you guys, he's not gay. He's not even bi. That's a dirty rumor. You could say it's fact, but unless you're just looking at it too, you're looking at it.
Look, guys. I'm not going to disclose
Don't disclose
who
it.
was, huh?
Don't don't disclose it because I don't want to
No, I'm
know.
not going to, because then if I do, you'll know that it's fact. But I
I,
will say this:
I want to fight.
the gentleman who just called me up, I told him exactly what we were talking about, and he
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, I know. I heard that as well." Regarding the Michael J. Fox, Michael Nunn.
Oh yeah. I would.
Okay, so you'll know then everything that I'm professing on this show is nothing but fact. Okay? And Adam, brother, I've been in this business a lot longer than you have, sir. The gray hair shows it. And you already know what I'm saying is true. You just don't want to believe it.
I don't know about
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Salute, brother. Salute. Here's to you, my friend. Real man of genius.
Oh. Anyways, when we were going on this whole fucking purse bid thing, that's
Yeah.
Oscar's behind that, and Rick and the guys at Golden Boy are behind that. That is probably one of the most clever things I've ever seen. And you know what? To be honest, I'm a big fan of this whole free agency to reset the market. There's got to be a reset of the market because guess what? We're not like the fans are. We're suffering. We're suffering by paying $80, $100 for pay-per-views. Remember the days of $50 pay-per-views?
I remember the days of $29 pay-per-views.
Dude, $50 pay-per-views.
That's how old I am.
Like pay-per-views are amazing if they're $50. Like, dude, that's nothing. But I mean,
listen to that. Read that, Adam. Read that.
Adam. We've been talking for 45 minutes about this nasty rumor, this racist rumor.
Brother, it's fact. It's not a rumor.
It's a
when
rumor.
are you going to understand this? Okay, what about Joe Rogan? What about him? What about Joe Rogan? That guy's a non-factor or entity when it comes to boxing. And if you must know, the only reason why UFC has such a stranglehold on combat sports in America is because of that jackalope.
Oh, Joe Rogan.
Because he's the leading podcaster in the American market today. That's the only reason. It's not a superior product. It's dog shit. And that's what I'll say. And there it is. But let's go back to this. Adam changing the subject. Woo! Yeah.
There's evil geniuses in the world. There's fucking the guys the evil diabolical geniuses that say Errol Spence is gay, and the diabolical motherfuckers.
Dude, look. It only takes once or twice or 3 times to be considered gay. Right? Okay, bisexual is gay.
And yes. I get that. I'm a true believer of that.
And why can't you understand the reality of this?
I don't
He's
think
gay, dude. He's gay.
I think it happened. I don't think it happened.
Okay.
We're not going to change my. So I see it, which I don't want to see that.
And you're not going to, Adam, because he didn't find you the remotest bit attractive. That's why.
And that makes you feel bad. Thanks, Joe. Thanks. Woo! I get it. We don't tell everybody that's fucking cute.
Oh shit, dude. But look, dude, we're over 2 hours in. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about, or should we end this show now?
No, I think we should talk about the purse bid, the diabolical purse bids, and then we're done.
Very good. Very good. Okay.
Recuperate from tonight.
Because I've had several shots in me since we bid adieu to Rick Glaser. And so I'm like three sheets to the wind.
All right. So the diabolical.
All right, Cali Fire. I won't have any of that, dude. Because Adam, he loves women. He adores women. So shut up.
You sound like a fucking bitch, Cali Fire, to be honest.
I will say this. Babe Lopez will not have any of that talk.
Dude, I haven't gotten enough pussy to even think about going to the other side, bro. Like, you know how the Rock. don't know
Woo!
how they can do it. That's the crazy part to me. I'll be like, dude, it's fucking awesome. Okay, I know fucking Cali Fire is gay. He don't read the Bible. But like you guys hear I don't think it's the right book, but the book of Enoch.
Dude, stop it. That's not even included in the
That, that
for a
that's
reason.
useful. I get that,
Stop it.
but I guess
So Tycho TV says, "You want that sweet amber dog?" Yeah, tonight I am, dude. And you know what? I've got July 4th to thank for that. It opened up that door once again.
oh my god, Tony
There
Bartlett.
it is.
Tony Bartlett's a motherfucker, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Arrow gets sponsored by KY Jelly. Does that change Adam's mind?
Nah, if he got sponsored by like Valtrex, maybe that would change my mind. But
Dude, look, guys. Last thing we're gonna say about anything on this show, right, is that Jerron Boots Ennis is trying to put on a show. Let me ask you something though, Adam. Do you think the hometown jinx is gonna prevail this Saturday?
no. I don't think the hometown jinx is going to prevail on Saturday. He's already fought in Atlantic City. That's basically his hometown. That's an hour away from Philadelphia.
Right
I
over the
think
bridge.
this guy rises to the occasion. He stops this guy in like 7.
I think he's that good as well.
That
Like,
good.
honestly, so what does the future hold for Jerron Boots Ennis at Matchroom Sport?
I don't know about that Matchroom. I mean, 3-fight deals sounds pretty good to me. He fights this guy. He fights another guy. He probably ends it with Conor Benn, right?
Yeah, he's going to be fighting Conor Benn by the end of the year.
Okay,
And why? Because he can't compete in the UK any longer, but he can compete in the States.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's gonna fight. He's gonna get his 3 fights.
Yep.
To be honest, dude, I don't like him. And if you want to fucking stay out of the old timers, fucking the corruption of fucking boxing, Jake Paul seems to be the best option. Young guys.
You know what, brother? I'm not going to disagree with that because, in my opinion, this is a guy with a TV deal on Netflix.
Oh, they got a TV deal with Netflix. They have sponsorship up the ass, brothers.
Wait a minute. Did you say up the ass, brother?
Oh, dude. God damn it. You fucking stop.
Woo!
They got fucking sponsors up the fucking wazoo. How about that?
Same thing.
Dude.
Out the yin yang. Yep.
Out the yin yang.
There it is.
That's a Chinese ass. Out the yin yang. But I mean, so they got fucking sponsors forever, and that seems like the best promoter, dude. If Jake actually thought about this and being like, you know what, fuck these fights, I'm just gonna go into promoting. I have an unlimited amount of money. I have an unlimited amount of fucking influence, and guess what? I can make this fucking these fights dramatic. We can put a little bit.
But think about this though. Think about what you're saying. That didn't work very well for Floyd Mayweather, right? Look, what happens when you take the cash cow out of the equation?
Floyd never got sponsorships. Nobody sponsored Floyd because he had so much domestic. He was a bad guy.
That is true. So is Jake Paul.
Jake Paul's, at least he's white.
Holy shit, are you talking about whiteness now?
He's a white guy. We all know.
You're talking about DEI now? Dude?
Yeah.
Really?
He's a white guy, dude.
Brother, hold on. Adam, not come back to your show, Joe. No. He will. Adam's my brother, man. I love Adam. Adam is one of the best people I know on this. Hold on. Hold on, Adam.
Yeah.
Look, Adam Montequillo Lopez is one of the best people I know in this life, not just boxing business. Okay. Adam is as true blue as it gets. Okay. So Adam will
No,
be a staple on this show for the indefinite future of Warwick Boxing.
I think
That's all I'm going to say.
I think Iceman means that I'm not going to come on because I don't like that you said that Errol's gay. So that's what he's saying. That's right. He thinks I'm going to be like, you know, bye. I know, like, okay, the thing.
Here comes Danny Drew. Here comes Danny Drew.
What
Wait,
is it?
Shakur fights. I'm beginning to wonder if he's a rainbow.
Oh, dude.
Oh, Chingao, dude. Look, all I can say is this. If you come on this show, right, don't be surprised, right? If you get the truth, whether or not you want to hear it, you're going to get the truth.
X.
Okay? Because I'm an old geezer. I've got nothing to lose. I've got nothing to hide. And I don't make my money on the national level. I make my money on the regional level on club shows. And I do very well for myself. Adam, come on now. You know that's true. But I will say this, though. There are going to be, well, no, I'm not going to share that. Well, anyway, I do quite well for myself. My house is already paid for. How about yours? And there it is. And there it is.
Okay.
My house is already paid for. How about all of yours? And there it is. And thanks to boxing. Yes. There I said it. Thanks to boxing.
Bruce Gas loves the BBC.
Dude, that's not Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and More. Come on now, man.
I know, but that's somebody's username. Blue Alonzo. It's the same guy that does this, where he comes up with these good ass the usernames, and he argues with himself in the chat. That's the same
Look,
guy.
so what did we learn tonight, kids? What did we learn tonight? Errol Spence is gay.
No, he's not.
Michael J. Fox is a drug pusher,
Yes.
and that's why he's suffering from Parkinson's. And what else did we learn tonight? Shakur is questionable. Is that what we learned?
No, we learned also that Shakur needs to play into this. He needs to play into being boring. He needs owning up to shit is so fucking cool. If he owns up to being boring, that would
own it. Own it.
Own it. Yeah, own it. That's what I would say. I would say, you
just
know
like Errol being gay. Own it.
He's
just like Joe Goosen being gay. Own it.
I believe that, kind of, yeah.
No. There's nothing to believe, dude. It's a fact. That's it.
Yeah.
You already know this. You already know this, dude. You already know this.
Yeah, I kind of believe that. His shirts. I would say that he's boring. He needs to be a boring guy. When he goes to press conferences, he should have like a monotone fucking voice and just give out like 1 word, 2 words answers like Bill Belichick. He should do that. He should his whole persona should be like really boring, and then when he fights, be just as boring, and then just own up to it and be like, is that like instead of what is
be like Jack Benny. Be like Jack Benny, right?
Oh no.
Rochester. Yeah, right.
Say, are you guys not entertained? He's like, I'll go to sleep. I would go like that, yeah.
Fucking Adam is the man, dude. Like that is right on. That is the best possible strategy for Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
Right on.
And
so Adam, look, it's already 2.5 hours in, right? And we're gonna say goodnight, dude. Your parting shots for our listening audience, please.
Okay. Just gonna say one thing only. Errol Spence is
Errol
not,
Spence is gay. Yep.
not gay. He's not.
Yeah.
Good night.
Dude, hold on. Is that the coyote on your shirt? Spurs? Yeah. Oh, yes. Guys, David Cardenas. Right on, man. Keldon Johnson. Holy shit, that looks like the Odd Couple coming into the ring. Keldon Johnson and David Cardenas. It looks like Mini-Me, doesn't it?
That's funny. It's funny to watch.
Yeah, I love it. Adam, speak more eloquently, man. Your parting shots, and not just saying that Errol Spence isn't gay, because you already know he is, but your parting shots for our listening audience, sir.
Parting shots is I kind of like the free agency thing with boxing. I think we need more of it. I think these guys need to realize their market value, and I think that's the direction people should take. I think that's the way the promoters should work together to get the market down, so we get better pricing on fights. And I bet you if everything goes down, the networks are going to want to be able to put in more because it's cost effective. Anyways.
Okay, well, I will say this to continue where we left off. We're going to talk more about Turki Al-Sheikh. August 3rd, Terrence Crawford versus Israel Madrimov. Ticket sales are fucking terrible in the LA market. And Adam Lopez and I, we're going to have another road show tomorrow. He on his route. Me, I'm going to go to my favorite restaurant, Burger King, on Tezel. And we're going to actually continue this discussion and talk about, well, what's going on with Turki Al-Sheikh? Does he really care about money or doesn't he? Because I've got the inside scoop, guys.
Care about it.
And there it is. Adam, are you down for tomorrow at noon, sir?
Let's see. I have a funeral to go to.
Oh no, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, it's a 2-day thing. I have a funeral to go to. I gotta work.
Well, would you rather put this off until Friday?
I still gotta go to another fucking. Okay, so those I guess I don't know how it works. The viewing is tomorrow, and then the actual burial is on Friday.
Okay. So I tell you what, tomorrow then we're gonna speak with Iceman John Scully, and we'll put off Adam's continuous conversation until what, Saturday? Before the Jerron Boots Ennis fight?
Yeah, we could do that.
Let's do that then. My friend. Adam, it is always a pleasure, my friend. And we love you, man. And you are the best addition to Warwick Boxing since the 3 years that we've been on the air. God bless you, my friend. We love you, brother. No homo. No Errol Spence. And there it is. Yeah. And there it is, guys. On behalf of Adam Lopez of Heron, you've been listening to Warwick Boxing. Have a great evening, everybody.
How you doing? You too can smell me.